Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video. This is the world according to Lonza, and I am Andrew Lonza. So, today is March 14th, 2024, and it's been 4 days. Yes, 4 days since the Oscars, and I'm going to do a little review. I know it's a little bit late, but it's better late than never. So, if I had to review the Academy Awards, I would give it a good solid A, or not quite 8 plus. It was great, but just there was a few little nicks and hiccups that I would do if I had to give advice to the producers of the Academy Awards. Um, Overall, I like the winners. Oppenheimer, seven Academy Awards. Sean Murphy won. Christopher Nolan won. Um, Emma Stone for Poor Things won. That was amazing. And I thought Jimmy Kimmel's jokes were kind of funny for the most part. And lots of energy. It was award. I liked the formula for the most part. It was award, performance, award, performance, award, end of the show. I liked that formula. There wasn't forced too many performances, and there wasn't too the monologue at the beginning wasn't like there wasn't like too much of a dance number, or it kind of went, hey, welcome to the Oscars. We had a great year in cinema, and there were some jokes, and then there was Academy Awards, and that's pretty good. The one thing I would like to see more in next year's Academy Awards, there are four things that I would like to do to improve their awards. One, more clips. When they show the nominees' names being read for the actor or actress, or the best director or best picture or whatever, show like a 10-second, 10, 20-second, I don't know, a minute, half a minute clip of like why that person or why that director or why that film was nominated. Uh, it, it lets you know exactly, like you can show Emma Stone's performance in 2 seconds, and you say, "Oh, wow, that was great. I know that was uh, an Oscar-winning performance." Or you can show a clip of the zone of interest, be like, "Ooh, wow, that looks really intense. I can see why they picked that." Or American Fiction, and you say, "Oh man, that was Jeffrey Wright really did a great job." Um, so number two, number two things I would change for the award ceremony is that instead of having best actress have the beginning, start at the beginning at the awards to get things off, I would unfortunately start with some of the lower categories, like or lesser known categories. Nothing lower, not lower, but lesser known, like best documentary or best animated short or best documentary short, or just some of the categories that are just a little bit more technical. I mean, I know it's not fair for maybe everybody to have, not, not get their day, not have the recognition that they want as the other bigger categories, but yet it's kind of like working your way up to the more known films, like more known categories like best director, best actor, best actress. Have best actress be called out later in the ceremony instead of the beginning. That's just my opinion. You have to start somewhere, so the lesser known categories and work your way up um, is something I would do if I was the producer of the Academy Awards. Number three, um, Pacino at the end of the awards. Please, or I know the producers told you, whether they told you or not tell you, please have more suspense at the end of the evening and name all the nominees, even though most people already know the nominees. And number four, the memorial. Clips, like I say, clips. I love the song As Time Goes By. All right, it's time to say goodbye. Powerful, powerful song. And you can always have the orchestra play it at the beginning for like a few minutes and show screen time to the orchestra and the two people singing. However, when somebody has passed on, it's nicer to actually read the names, and they used to show more of the clips of the acting or the producing or whatever they have done in their lifetime, and it gets recognition, and you recognize them, and um, it's just nicer to show their clip like a Carl Weathers, him fighting Rocky. Say, man, what a loss! That's really sucky. Or I can't think of everybody else who died right now, but this is sometimes shocking. Like somebody, when you see a footage of somebody who passed on, some people go, "Oh, I didn't know he or she died." That's a good way to honor and to show recognition of somebody's work who passed on. If you show the clips while the song is playing, I agree with the song. It was a great song. Um, so there's that. So some of the highlights. Those are the things I would fix. Some of the highlights of the Oscars. The two songs, "I'm Just Ken," performed by Ryan Gosling, where he was sitting behind Margot Robbie, was amazing, was beautiful. And What Was I Named For, what made for, was also sung by Billie Eilish and her brother. That's a powerful song. What Was I Made For is a powerful, powerful song. I listened to it at Target. I listened to it at Walmart. I listened to it at Best Buy. Wherever I'm going, I listen to it. It has multiple meanings. It's not just from a woman's perspective, but it can also be like from a guy's perspective. It can be like, hey God, what was I made for? What's my purpose in life? So that was a great performance. And Oppenheimer, great movie of the year. So that's my overall review of the Oscars. Just a few things I would change. 7 awards for Oppenheimer, 4 awards for Poor Things, two, or at least one award for Zone of Interest, and one award I can remember. Oh, and Godzilla won. Oh, Godzilla won best. That was awesome. Godzilla won with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito opening up the twins reunion. It was cool. Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "Roar! Godzilla won!" So you can now say that Godzilla is a Oscar-winning film franchise. Oscar-winning film franchise was Godzilla. So that was awesome. I had a little. There was I celebrate this Oscars with my mom's book club, and we had a little celebration, a little party. Some of the ladies and the husbands came over, and we drank champagne, and that was a fun time. Everybody, we all dressed up a little bit, and we opened up. We had the ballots and $5, and I didn't win. My dad actually won. I got like in third place because I missed out on the Emma Stone thing. Well, I thought Lily Gladstone, another Stone, would win, but it was Emma Stone. So I lost by a few points. And somebody else just got some. I overthink about my ballots. But that was a good year. And another good fun fact is that for 3 years in a row, the Oscar ratings have been going up. Last, in like 2021, went up by 2%. Last year it was like 3, and this year it's 4%. 19 million people watched this year. That is amazing. Other than NFL, other than any NFL sport, the Oscars had one of the biggest audience draws of 2024. Better than the NBA, better than a lot of sports. So that's good to see film fans coming together and celebrating um, the awards and celebrating movies and music and artists. Just like it's the Super Bowl movies. Whether you don't always have to agree with who won Best Picture, or you don't always have to agree whether that movie should be even nominated, but it's still good to see um, a select group of films nominated by the Academy and be recognized by their peers. Because remember, Oscars are voted on by Academy Award members who are usually like it's directors voting for directors, actors voting for actors, and so on and so forth. And then it means a lot to people. I mean, it means a lot to the stars too. They might not say it. Sometimes they act like they're harder to, bigger and cooler for school, but it does mean a lot because you see them cry. And oh, Robert Downey Jr. I thought he gave a great speech. Emma Stone, Billie Eilish. It was just good. It was good. Good to see. Anyways, without further ado, let's talk about um, let's talk about St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Speaking of Irish movies, there's like 5 movies on the top of my head that are Irish movies, and some of them are really good. There's a movie last year that came out on the Barsani's of Branch, um, the ugh, the I can't think of the name, but it has Blandon Gleeson in it, and it's about a friend who's breaking up with another friend, and um, Colin Farrell is in it. That is one. If you folks write down in a comment below that the name of that movie, and I'll give you a shout out. Another great Irish movie. This movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, and I like to watch it every once in a while. I don't think I'm going to watch it this year because I already did. Gangs of New York, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and directed by the great Martin Scorsese. And Gangs of New York, best lines and the best lines ever is about Irish immigrants. Butch the Butcher from who plays him. Daniel Day Lewis plays him, and there's a lot of metaphors of racism and nationalism in Gangs in New York. So check that movie out if you haven't seen it. I bet you love your hand. It was nominated for 10 Academy Awards back in 2003. Didn't win so, but yeah. Another good Irish movie, another good Irish actor to watch. Two Irish actors. Speaking of Irish actors, we have Liam Neeson, and then you have Cillian Murphy, who just won this year from, and he stars in a TV show called Peaky Blinders, which takes place in Ireland. That's a TV show. Peaky Blinders is always pretty good. I'm on season 3. It's so good so far. It takes place in and starts off in 1919, and it's about the mafia and it doesn't get into prohibition, but if you like 1920s, early 1930s, and fashion and drinking and all that stuff. Lots of drinking, some sex in it too. Um, and if you want to drink a good Irish whiskey with that, that's a good show to watch. I'm trying to think on top of my, this is on top of my head. The Quiet Man with John Wayne. I know a friend who really likes that movie. There's Brooklyn. That's another Oscar-winning film. I forget who's in it, but it's Brooklyn. If you want to go cheesy, you can go Leprechaun 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2 and 3. That's a horror film. And the actor from the old school, this is an old school actor that you guys should check out. He's Irish, called Pat O'Brien. He's been in a lot of Humphrey Bogart movies. And he's in a lot of early detective movies of the 1930s and 40s. Pat O'Brien. Not related to Conan O'Brien. So, yes, yes, yes. I sound like Al Pacino. Yes, 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 yes. Um, I'm gonna go. Here's some Irish movies that are kind of, you can say Irishy, but not totally. Of course, the Braveheart. That's Scotland. That's a Scotland story, but they team up with the Irish army or Island soldiers, fight the English. Ireland versus the English. So that's technically kind of not really a Irish movie, but Titanic. If you don't know your history of Titanic, Titanic was built in Belford, right? Belford. This is all on top of my knowledge, man. I'm not looking at no cell phone, no nothing. So, and then it sold to New York, or tried to sell to New York, and you know the Titanic. A lot of Irish people on board. A lot of Irish citizens are on board the Titanic. That one starring Leonardo DiCaprio. He's not Irish, but I believe the movie. Yeah, the Titanic is being. People were being boarded on the Titanic in Ireland, and that's where they didn't make New York. They didn't make it to New York, yeah, unfortunately. But man, I'm trying to think. This is hard in my top of my head. There is. Well, you have to just look, Google. I would just Google it, guys. Google some top 5 Irish TV shows, and just have fun with it. Have a glass of Jameson or a glass of Guinness. You know, it doesn't have to be Guinness. Remember to you don't always don't have to drink too much, but I know always try to be don't have to be over the top with your movies and stuff. So those are my films. I'm trying to think on the top of my head that will be good St. Patrick's Day, because St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday. Maybe we'll make a video on Sunday. Okay, so wrapping things up, since we did the Oscars, we did the St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to have a snippet of a poem that I wrote on my collection called The Existing. I'm still working on my existing collection. And I'm still working on my Disneyland trip, my group love trip that I went last Thursday. I was in Disneyland right now, probably making videos right now in Disneyland, California. Because it's Thursday, I was in Disneyland, California doing the wine and food festival after the group love festival, and I have some footage trapped on my cell phone. Trapped on my cell phone. Then I need to get some technology so I can drop it on my YouTube. But some footage of me eating a turkey leg is actually on my TikTok for all the people that rock, and that's at Lonza. Just look at Lonza, at the World According to Lonza, the same name as this, but I think it's just at Lonza is my TikTok page, and I have lots of random footage of Disneyland, my pre-Oscar predictions, some coming attraction stuff, me reviewing turkey legs at Disneyland, and me going around. I filmed out a few rides. I filmed Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So, to wrap things up for this video on March 14th, 2024, I am going to read a poem, or a snippet from a poem that I don't have a title. This is called this poem Passion of Love. I don't even know what it's about, but I wrote it. I wrote down my thoughts and ideas. Passion of love. I had a dream that I was in a fairy tale, and I was the knight in shining armor. I was fighting an evil dragon. I was fighting a demon from hell. Up in the sky, there is nothing, there is something which is nothing but dark clouds and ravens. I think that the townspeople were flooding out by their horses. Me, as a knight, tried to fight the dragon with all my might. With swords in hand, I swung and swung to strike the beast down. I tried but failed. I thought that the dragon had won. I thought that the town people were doomed. I thought I was doomed. Then out of nowhere, a good young fairy flew over my head and lifted me back up to reality. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my poem. I'm going to have to edit that. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad, but I hope you like it. Thank you for watching my Oscar review video. And the comedy award goes to Andrew Lonza. That's my dream. All right, 4 days old. The awards are 4 days old. On to 2024's Best Picture movies. To wrap this up, check this out. Fade to Black, Amy Winehouse picture, biography. Dune 2, I think is going to be up for Best Picture. Joker 2, starring Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix. And Metropolis, the Francis Ford Coppola film, which has a release date, starring Adam Driver and Aubrey Plaza. John Voight, I think, is starring in it, and Shia LaBeouf. I looked it up last night, from the director of the original Godfather, and from the director of, he has a wine company, and director Francis Ford Coppola, Godfather 1, 2, Apocalypse Now. Pretty big name. So I think I can tell you. I don't need to tell you no more. Oh, and film that's filming in Sacramento, or was filming a film starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn. Look out for that. That's the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie. All right, those are where I think are going to be maybe some Oscar contenders of next year's Academy Awards in 2025, celebrating 2024. All right, I think I talked enough. I gave you my update. My next video will probably be maybe on St. Patrick's Day or the Monday after. Until then, you guys have a great day, a great afternoon. This is the world according to Lonza. I am Andy Lonza, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.